ABL Media Center highlight.
Actually, Rakia gave you a great baseline for networking, do's and don'ts. And so some of this, it may even be a little repetitious, but what I'll try and do is not really talk about what's on the slides, but give you some examples. So we can go ahead. And you saw on there that, and I'm going to talk about the super connectors. One of the things, and I send out lots of, some people know, I send out lots of emails, people get my e-blast, and that my kind of tag is super connector. So that's why when a couple people saw this e-blast, they said, you must be presenting. I mean, you are like the queen of networking. And so I called Rakia and said, you know, I would love to share just a couple slides. And the reason that people say I'm a super connector is because, one, I'm passionate about networking. And it just comes effortlessly, I'll be honest. And that's because I like connecting people, places, things, jobs, whatever I come across that's valuable, I share it. And so that's the way you should think about networking. I don't want you to think about networking as a chore. This is not work. This should not be work. You are selling your brand. You are selling your business. And so talking about your business and talking about your brand, that should be something that you love to do 24/7. So first of all, it's changing or shifting our perspective on how we think about networking. So how do you do networking? First of all, you have to expand your circle. You have to expand your circle. You have to meet super connectors. Who are those? Those are people that know everybody and everybody seems to know them. Is there anybody in the room that thinks that they are a super connector? Don't be shy. Put your hand up. It's a few, put your hands way up so they'll know who you are. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and everybody is not a super connector, and it's okay. But what you want to do is get to know the super connectors. Now, one of the things I found out is until I read the definition, I didn't know this is what I was. Even in college, I don't know, who are the super connectors here? Were you a super connector in high school? In college? Everybody knew me. I was like, people say, how do you know everybody? When I go on vacation, by the time I leave, I know the staff, I know the bell people. They're all like, Charmaine, see you next time. That's a super connector, right? So you want to make sure, one, you get to know them. Make a list of the people you want to connect with. Be strategic. So Rakia talked a lot about people go in and they just try and meet everybody. No, when I go into a gala, a luncheon, the first thing I do is I'm looking at who are the sponsors, who are the speakers, who are the honorees, who are any major part, and is there someone there that I am trying to get a hold of? Maybe I've been calling them, I've been emailing them, or I want to ask them a question. So very strategic about who's in that room so that probably halfway through the room, I've done what I need to do. Now I can enjoy myself. So anyone who's ever been to a dinner with me or a luncheon, they will know that the first half, I have not eaten. I have not touched my salad. I'm like, don't take my food because I am doing my thing, right? And then I sit down and I eat. My boyfriend is totally used to it now. He just goes, don't take her food. She'll be back. She's okay, right? So you need to be very strategic. And you want to do it before everybody starts eating and you're not the only one that's getting up. Know people in different circles. How do you do that? By expanding your circle and going to different things. First of all, being part of Atlanta Business League. But also, what industry are you in? If you're in the communication industry, are you part of that association? If you're a journalist, are you part of that? If you're a lawyer, are you part of the bar association? Making sure you're expanding your circles. And then ask people to introduce you to other people that they know. That is one of the best ways to network. I was on the phone with someone, and they just said, I had a great meeting with the new Chief Diversity Officer with the Hawks. I said, I have been trying to meet her. Would you mind doing a virtual email introduction? She said, absolutely, Charmaine. Now, she just did it. We were already corresponding. That took just a simple question. So is there somebody that you know that you want to meet, ask them to introduce, and then engage with people who are not necessarily like you? Rakia talked about it. When we come to meetings, we go immediately to the people we know. Great networking. Woo! You already know them, right? Go to the people you don't know. Tell your friends, I'll see you at the end of the event. That's what you need to do, okay? So those are all ways to expand your network immediately. Be prepared. Carry lots of business cards. Carry a pen. How often are we like looking around? Can I have a pen? Can I have a pen? And then have your elevator pitch. Now, I know we're all adults, we all have small businesses, but I teach small business classes all the time on marketing. And when I ask the individuals to get up and give their elevator pitch about their business, 50% of the time, the small business owners cannot do it. They can't tell me who they are, what they do, and what value they bring in less than 2 minutes. You should be able to do that. They go on with a laundry list of things. I make concrete, paving, I do air, I paint, I could do the carpet too. I could do anything in the building. And I'm going, you done yet? Okay. That's not the way to get someone's attention, right? Instead, I'm so-and-so, I do everything interiors. If it's inside your building, I can do it. There you go, right? So how can you do your elevator pitch? Now, one thing, that is the YouTube. I don't know if we can get it. The one thing that you want to do is be prepared. And so that is having your elevator pitch, and it's not just about what you want from the person. What can you do for them? It won't go, okay. There's no internet connection, that's okay. So you want to make sure that is what you can do. So who are you? What do you do? Why are we talking? What action do you want? And what value can I bring to you? You always want to ask someone, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can help you with, right? We already talked about this being strategic, but we'll go a little bit more into that. But you want to make sure that this is not just about you. And I will say just a little bit of difference. It's not that you don't want to just offer somebody your card. You want to give a reason to offer your card. Lolita and I were over there actually talking, and maybe it's because we're on the foundation side. We don't typically offer our cards. Matter of fact, I almost never offer my cards. So if you don't ask me for a card, I'm probably not going to give you one. So it's okay if you hand me your card, or if you say, may I give you my card? I like to have coffee. May I give you my card and maybe we could email? It's the way that you do it. You don't want to Rakia's point, just go around, here's my card, here's my card. It's having that opportunity to say, may I give you my card, right? If they don't ask for it. Now, I'll give you a couple examples where this has happened, and especially guys and ladies are different. So women sometimes are a little timid when they network. They don't really know when to ask, when not to ask. And so again, if you have your elevator pitch already and you know what you want, you don't have to worry about being timid. If you're selling your business and you're passionate about your business, you don't have to, am I bothering them? No, you're not bothering them, because hopefully you have something of value to them. But I'll give you a great example. Last night we were at an event, and I'm going to call him out. So my guy, as some of you know, his name is Keith, and he was talking to a really important person. And he finished talking to that person. I said, did you get his card? And he said, no. Why? I mean, I didn't really know, I didn't have anything to really ask. I said, okay, this is super connector me, right? Honey, you could have said, hey, can we grab a cup of coffee? Can we go play the round golf? I named 5 things we could have done right then. And he said, you were right. So actually, this was last week. So last night, it was the same guy. I went, that's all I had to do. He knew, right? And he said, I asked for his card. He didn't have one. I said, yes, you asked for the card. So, and it was interesting because the wife said, no problem. I have Charmaine's information. I'll send it to you. But sometimes you have to ask. And it's okay if it's not a specific reason. What else can it be? If there's somebody I want to meet, I'm going to try to engage them, right? A cup of coffee, a Coke. Can I have a quick call? What you don't want to do is ask for lunch. I don't know you. I do not want to eat with you. And I don't want to have lunch with you. Most people don't. They do not. Let me be clear. We don't. Now, once I get to know you, let's have a cup of coffee. 15, 30-minute meeting, get it in, tell me. Networking is like dating. You want them to want more.
Thank you for watching this ABL Media Center highlights. Please return often as we are continually updating our ABL Media Center showcase.